You know, the most awkward part about making these videos outside is that there's always someone, but I finally found me a place where I'm like mostly all by myself, so this is nice. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about some habits that changed my life in my 20s. Three things mainly. We're gonna start off with the first one, which was stop blaming people. When a person believes that someone has wronged them and they blame another person, they have like external anger. When a person blames themselves, they have internal anger, so like depression, right? So there are kind of like two kinds of depression. They're the same thing, but one just shows as anger and the other one more like self, right? Because one, you're blaming another person, the other one, you're blaming yourself for whatever reason. As a teenager, I think I'm gonna like try to focus on teenagers a lot because I struggled a lot as a teenager. I had a really major depression when I was a teenager, and it's a miracle that I'm here. And I feel like I needed a lot of guidance and I didn't get it a lot of the time. So as an adult, you know, I've suffered from that. Even as a young adult, as a old adult, I mean, I'm not that old. I'm gonna be 31 in a couple days. Learn to accept responsibility for the things that have happened to you, and not only responsibility, but acceptance and acceptance of other people. You know, like try not to look at things so much as like this happened to me because of this person. It's like, no, you know, this is just the journey that I was supposed to go in. This person happened to be in my life. Maybe they're no longer in my life. I feel like saying forgive and forget is a little too cliche, but that's kind of what it really comes down to. I guess we never really forget, but really learning to forgive really helps you move on. That pretty much kind of falls in place with being the victim of your life. You don't want to be the victim of your life forever. Like, woo, poor me, this happened to me, right? There's this Marcus Aurelius quote that comes to mind. It is my bad luck that this has happened to me. No, you should rather say, it is my good luck that, although this has happened to me, I can bear it without pain, neither crushed by the present nor fearful of the future. Because such a thing could have happened to any man, but not every man could have borne it without pain. So why see more misfortune in that event than good fortune in your ability to bear it? Yeah, philosophy. Number two. Philosophy has made the biggest impact in my 20s, I believe. Audiobooks more specifically, because not a lot of people have time to read. Although I do recommend picking up this specific version of Marcus Aurelius if you do want to get into the meditations. This is probably my favorite version. I lent it to someone and never got it back. This is a great version if you do like paperback. This is also my favorite version of the Epictetus Discourses and my favorite version of Letters of a Stoic by Seneca. These three books have made like the biggest impact on my life in my 20s. Have definitely turned me into the woman I am today in these last couple of years. Kind of like given me more confidence in myself and in everything in life that I do. Less fearful on death, more thoughtful, definitely more enlightened. But there's nothing worse than a fool that gains a little bit of knowledge. So, you know, continuous education. Never think that you stop learning. So yeah, with audiobooks, it's just so much easier to just pop them on, do the dishes, do some laundry, literally be all around the house, just doing something else. And instead of being in your own mind, in your own thoughts, because like, I don't know how many negative thoughts we have a day, but it's like a ridiculous amount of negative thoughts and worries. And most of our worries don't even come true. We suffer more from imagination than reality. And this is something else that you constantly have to be reminding yourself that like the way that you think things are going to happen, they never do. And learning to differentiate between the things that are under our control and the things that aren't, externals and internals, has also been a big help for me in my 20s and life. Like these books still like teach me things today. I continue to reread them, re-listen to them all the time. I finish them, I start them over. They just teach so much every single time. Every single time it's just like, wow, every quote hits a little differently. And the crazy part about old philosophy books is that this stuff is like 2,000 years old, you know, like older than the Bible. Like the new Bible, right? The New Testament. But it's crazy how like humans are humans no matter what time, what period. Like we've always gone through things. We've always gone through pandemics. We have always gone through death. We have always gone through, you know, hatred, envy, ego, all these things like people suffered with thousands of years ago. So, and we're still trying to like escape, you know, the pulling of the horses. Like Socrates explained it kind of like a chariot. Like you are this driver kind of like pulling these horses in every direction, and the horses are your impulses. So, you know, so it's like control the chariot, right? You don't want the horses like controlling your life, right? I hope that made sense. But yeah, number two, philosophy. And number three, it's gonna seem kind of funny to you guys, but I'm telling you, you do this, your life will be better. Black socks, bro. Black socks for the whole family. If you're a woman, just for the babies, for everything, just black socks for everyone. Just trust, all right? Peace.